Hello and welcome to another EG Recap. I'm Jack Lindsay, and in today's episode, I finally found some music that can accompany my voice. You guys have been asking for this for a while, so I'm sure everyone will be happy that I've finally found the perfect song to embody exclusively games. I'm just kidding. That's not the music I picked. I wish I could see your faces, though. I'll put the real stuff on in just a second, and you guys be sure to let me know in the comments if you think you can tolerate it. The real challenge has been that most non-copyrighted music sounds like someone's about to deliver a pizza to a bombshell blonde with no way to pay for it. Either that or like Ross from Friends composed it on his synthesizer. So hopefully you guys like the real song okay, but if not, I'll go delving back into the music archives of Extra Sausage Pizza Blondes Volume 35. I've got 4 stories for you today. All of them courtesy of Mr. Tyler Krasny. Up first, No Man's Sky Beyond gets a release date while its third pillar remains a mystery. Then Activision introduces microtransactions to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Infinity Ward clarifies cross-play system for Modern Warfare 2019. And Black Mesa releases public beta for early Xen levels. After months of waiting, No Man's Sky Beyond has been given an official release date. The update, which is a combination of 3 updates that were planned for this summer, is set to launch later this month on August 14th. This announcement came with a brief new trailer showing off what appears to be a massive multiplayer hub. Did you catch that? I'll play it again one more time. The update is described as having 3 pillars, but only 2 of them have been publicly revealed. The first of these is complete VR support on PC and PlayStation 4 through PSVR, which works in conjunction with the second pillar, upgraded online multiplayer features. A key feature of these pillars combined is the mixture of VR and non-VR players. Someone playing normally on their PS4 could stumble onto someone using VR, and they could interact as if there was no barrier between them. Something that players have been trying to uncover since the announcement of Beyond is the enigmatic third pillar of the update. The first 2 parts of the update were announced fairly close to each other, but even with the newest announcement of the release date, no more information has been provided about this mysterious third pillar. Next, Activision put a sour taste in everyone's mouth again as they introduced microtransactions to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. The game has been an all-around well-received remake of the classic kart racer, but something nefarious has been brewing, says Tyler Krasny. Activision announced that an update has introduced the ability for players to purchase Wumpa coins to be used in the pit shop. This update comes in a little over a month after release, where one of the few complaints people had about the game was the difficulty of earning enough Wumpa coins to purchase items in the aforementioned pit shop. The shop, which is reminiscent of storefronts in Fortnite or Anthem, refreshes its inventory every 24 hours, making it hard to pick up an item unless you grind for Wumpa coins, saving them up until you finally get what you wanted. Of course, Activision has swooped in to save us with their new Wumpa coin sales, as they mentioned in a blog post about the update. What would be a good, super greedy rich guy voice to read this quote in? Maybe Mr. Burns. Starting in early August, players will have the... Nope. Starting in early August, players will have the option to purchase Wumpa coin bundles from their game console stores to supplement the coins they earn by playing. This option won't change the game's core mechanics. Players will still earn Wumpa coins by playing the game in any mode, just as before. They will just be able to purchase additional coins if they choose. And while this won't change any mechanics, it's clear that Activision planned to introduce this system rather than adjust the prices in the shop or increase the earning rate for Wumpa coins. They're now allowing players to purchase their way to the items. It doesn't change how the game plays, just the way that people can enjoy it. Infinity Ward clarifies cross-play system for Modern Warfare 2019. After revealing their new multiplayer features, Infinity Ward developers have clarified a new feature coming to the Call of Duty franchise. And this actually takes us to a whole nother article. It wasn't on our list, but let's check it out. I think we have time, why not? Bonus article. Let's just get crazy. The multiplayer gameplay reveal event was twofold. Some of it featuring gameplay and class creation reveals, while the other, much longer portion had big streamers like Shroud and Dr. Disrespect playing across 6v6, 10v10, 20v20, and the new competitive 2v2 game mode. The event started fresh with a new trailer for multiplayer, which you can watch in the background. This trailer revealed a small but important detail that was later confirmed on Twitter. The fan-favorite tactical nuke is returning to the game. Featured at the end of the trailer, the Call of Duty Twitter page took the clip of the nuke dropping with the caption, "The nuke is back." From there, developers of Infinity Ward talked about 2 important things coming up. First, the open beta that was announced in the trailer will be the game's first foray into their planned cross-platform play. People on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox will all be able to play alongside one another, which will likely be a big deal with the new 20v20 game mode. The second major point before they got to the meat of the reveal was a further assertion that there will be no season pass, and all the post-launch maps will be free to all players. While this does not entirely rule out DLC packs, they appear further and further from actuality. Going to the demo for class creation, things are mixed. On the one hand, the more modern feature of operators, characters for a player to use, is returning, with another general change to class creation, the gunsmith. Rather than the original 10-point feature, where you could make any variation of a class as long as the amount of points was 10 or less, most of the customization comes from the new gunsmith feature. Similarly to other Call of Duty games, guns can be leveled up and changed, but now weapon XP is at least across both multiplayer and Spec Ops, the PvE game mode. Weapons will have anywhere from 30 to 60 attachments, and certain customization options will dramatically alter a weapon. For example, if you put a short barrel and a smaller caliber rounds on the AK-47, it becomes an AK-74U. But if you add a drum mag and a longer barrel, you can create an RPD. Another aspect of the gunsmith are perks, such as sleight of hand, which increases reload speed. The class creation demo also went over grenades, seeing the return of lethal fan favorites like throwing knives, C4, and Simtex sticky grenades, and also new things like thermite, which burns through armor and vehicles. On the tactical side, there are things like the snapshot grenade, which can reveal enemies through walls, and the heartbeat sensor, which acts as a mini handheld radar. The final part of the class creation overlooked was the kill streaks. Returning for the first time since Call of Duty Ghosts, the system breaks up the streaks into groups depending on how many kills they require. Groups include 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 15 kills. Some, like the 3-kill streak group and 15-kill streak group, feature a single option, while some, like the 4-kill streak, feature as many as 3 unique options. As shown off in the kill streak reveal, one of the options is an infantry assault vehicle. The IAV is a manned vehicle that allows for 2 players, one who drives and uses the main cannon, and one who uses the machine gun on top. On smaller maps that can't fit the IAV, players will instead call in the Wheeler, a smaller vehicle. Another one of the previously revealed and highlighted kill streaks was the 15-streak Juggernaut armor. A fun detail about this armor was shown during the trailer, but explained during a discussion with the developers. Players using the Juggernaut armor will hear metal or rock music, with the armor shown in the trailer playing Metallica's Enter the Sandman. The music also acts as a sort of warning, as players will be able to hear the music faintly, as if it's being blasted through headphones. Pulling out of class creation, the event turned toward actual gameplay. The first game mode that was shown off was the classic Headquarters, where players who do not respawn have to control and defend a building against continually respawning enemies. Discussing this portion, they also mentioned their new engine, which uses scans of real-life objects to make the world feel more realistic. The system, called photogrammetry, has artists scanning people dressed in the gear, burnt-out cars, and piles of rubble to create a more realistic experience. One of the big things they discussed was that classes can be modified in-game, allowing players to hot-swap attachments on the class choice menu. Another part they waited to discuss was field upgrades, which are small advantages like a scout drone that can scan opponents or tactical insertion to allow for a quick respawn in certain locations. One of the biggest things they discussed was doors. The new engine allows players to work around doors into rooms and buildings that allow for things like peeking or breaching. Doors allow players to be both quiet and stealthy, or loud and violent, with the ability to slowly open the doors or sprint through guns blazing. Aside from doors, they also discussed mounting. The system allows players to brace their weapons on surfaces, greatly reducing recoil. This was added after discussions with soldiers about how they would mount their weapons on whatever they could in order to both get behind cover and reduce the recoil of their weapons for more precise shots. And if you check out this article, which will be linked in the description, Tyler's provided you with a link to the full stream. Now as to the original article, which led us down this rabbit hole, after revealing their new multiplayer features, Infinity Ward developers have clarified a new feature coming to the Call of Duty franchise. When the game was initially announced, word quickly spread that it was coming with complete cross-play functionality, a first for a game of this size, scope, and reputation. Now with the announcement of the beta, it was also revealed that this demo period will have active cross-play features. Infinity Ward has expanded on how their cross-play feature will actually work. Speaking to DualShockers, multiplayer design director Joe Sesset? Kekut? I don't know. Joe said, "We're going to be matchmaking by peripheral. So if you're a keyboard player, you're going to play with other keyboard players. But if you're a console player and you're playing on a gamepad, you can actually opt in." If you want to die horribly, I guess. "We also don't let you change your controller or peripheral mid-match, so once you've chosen it, it's locked in. This means that the feature is designed to function fairly on 2 accounts. Firstly, players can opt in to allow crossplay, making sure they're not playing with people who they'd rather avoid. Secondly, players are only matched dependent on how they choose to play. Mouse and keyboard players, who are often cited as having a major advantage over controller users, because they do, are only matched with other mouse and keyboard players, regardless of system. Likewise, controller players are only matched with other controller-using players. Of course, if someone's truly determined to to beat the system, it'd probably be easy using third-party software on a PC or third-party peripherals on consoles to spoof the keyboard and mouse input as a controller. But if you feel the need to do that, says Tyler, you probably have more pressing issues in your life than your kill-death ratio. And for our last bit of news, Black Mesa releases public beta for early Xen levels. The fan remake of Valve's titular first-person shooter is getting ever closer to its inevitable completion. Fans have been waiting since the game entered early access in May 2015 to see the bizarre alien finale of Half-Life reimagined in Crowbar Collective's Black Mesa. While the public branch of the game has given players access to the first 3 maps of the alien world known as Xen, this new beta release has the complete first 2 levels, Xen and Gonarch. The remaining 3 levels, Interloper, Nihilanth, and Endgame, are apparently not too far behind. This whole endeavor has been over a decade in the making. While the game actually released into early access in 2015, the game itself has been in development since around 2006. Originally released as Black Mesa Source, a mod for Half-Life 2, the game has slowly evolved into a full-fledged recreation of the classic title, which includes a completely recreated Xen. In a comment from 2017, one of the developers revealed that, while the game has been in development as a whole, development of the Xen section has only been underway since 2015's early access release. After all this time, it seems Black Mesa's storied development cycle is nearing completion. And that does it for today's EG Recap. Hopefully you were able to listen all the way through without the music causing you to close your browser in a fury. I wonder if we might have lost a few viewers in the first 20 seconds when they really thought I'd pick that song. Don't forget to tell me what you thought of this one. And remember that all articles referenced in the video will be linked in the description, as well as to like, share, and subscribe for our growth. I'll see you next time with more stories.